Welcome to Strategy Saturday. I'm Charles Carillo, and today we're discussing a big decision every real estate investor faces. Should you hire a property manager or self-manage your rentals? So let's get started. When you purchase a rental property, one of the first considerations is whether to self-manage the property or hire a third-party property manager. When I began, I self-managed my properties for the first 6 years, and then I moved out of state. So I was forced to hire a property manager or sell my properties. And I chose to hire a property manager, which was a great decision as it freed me up to make more money and purchase additional properties. Now, to put everything into perspective, during these 6 years, I lived close to my properties, which were all within a half-mile radius of each other, making management very easy. It also made it easy to outsource tasks and eventually outsource property management altogether. So what does a property management company do? They handle finding tenants, underwriting them, and placing them in your units. They handle all the maintenance requests and emergencies and coordinate with handymen and contractors to make the repairs. They regularly inspect your property, including units and common areas, and they handle rent collection, accounting, and bookkeeping, and they take action against tenants who fail to pay rent on time or follow the lease's terms and conditions. Additionally, when you hire a property manager, you tap into their expertise, network of contacts, and contractors, which you most likely would not have access to otherwise. And just that point alone is worth hiring a property manager. And to learn more about what property managers do and what they charge, listen to episodes SS27 and SS43. That's SS27 and SS43. So what are the advantages of self-managing a property? First off, you save money by not paying any property management fees. You can complete tasks yourself, confirming that everything is done to your individual standard. You can select tenants yourself, individually review and choose tenants, give your property more attention by ensuring units are turned and rented as quickly as possible, also ensuring that repairs are done promptly. Now, self-management allows investors to learn the real estate investing and landlording business from the inside. Reading books and listening to podcasts will not provide you with the same knowledge or experience as self-managing your own rental property. So what are some of the disadvantages of self-management? Number one, it takes time. You're splitting your time between your primary occupation and property management, which will require you to perform tasks that could have been done outsourced for less than what you would earn by working longer at your job. Property management is not a 9-to-5 job. It is a 24/7 operation, and you have to ensure that someone is available to handle calls, address issues, and respond to emergencies at all times. What are the advantages of hiring a property management company? Well, they understand the market by managing many units near your properties, which assists with understanding the current state of the market, rental rates, and navigating market changes. They create a wall between the owner and the manager because it's easier to operate a property and manage tenants if they do not own the property. It significantly reduces the time requirement and the stress on the owner since they're only brought in on certain tasks that are not time sensitive. What are the disadvantages of hiring a property management company? Now, paying fees is one of the most significant downsides to hiring a property management company. You will typically pay a percentage of the gross rent to them in addition to fees for leasing, renewals, and other services. You have less control over the handyman and third-party contractors. This, for me, is my biggest issue with property managers, especially when their handymen are unable to perform tasks and they call to expensive third-party contractors. And I'll discuss this further in a minute, but it's just something that you have to look out for. The next part here is the hybrid approach to property management. So you don't have to do just one or the other. You can also self-manage or hire a property manager in a hybrid fashion. So not that the manager is going to cut their fees, but you can minimize the disadvantages of either route by adopting a hybrid approach. The hybrid approach when hiring a property manager, which is essentially a more hands-on asset management role, involves handling specific tasks while your manager oversees the day-to-day operations. For example, we handle most, if not all, of the marketing of our properties, and we have been involved in online marketing for years and have no issues getting potential tenants to our property managers. However, they then handle the rest of the process. Secondly, we select our third-party contractors and require that the manager contacts them first before using one of the contractors that they regularly use, unless it is less expensive. However, this is typically not the case. Third, we select contractors and oversee all large capital expenditures, CapEx projects. The hybrid approach when self-managing revolves around outsourcing everything. Outsourcing landscaping, snow removal, common area cleaning, bookkeeping, etc. Set up an online portal for collecting rent and for tenants to submit inquiries and repairs repair requests. Set up a phone service to handle after-hour calls. And the most important thing is finding reliable handymen whom you trust with the keys to your property and units. When a request comes in, it is sent to you and the handyman immediately. You keep a running list of non-urgent repairs, and they address them regularly. Now, when weighing really the value and the cost of self-managing versus hiring a professional third-party management firm, ensure your decision aligns not only with your business goals, but also with your personal goals, and recognize that the decision is not one you need to live with forever. Maybe you self-manage for 2 or 3 years before handing it all off. Lastly, make sure to check out episode SS231 to learn how to hire the best property manager for your property. So I hope you enjoyed. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe, submit comments on potential show topics at globalinvestorspodcast.com. If you're interested in actively investing in real estate, please check out our courses and mentor programs at Syndication Superstars. That is syndicationsuperstars.com. And look forward to 2 more episodes next week. See you then.
You always want to invest in real estate, but didn't have the time, didn't know where to find the deals, couldn't get the funding, and didn't want tenants calling you? Since 2006, I've been buying income-producing properties in great locations that provide us with consistent passive income while we wait for appreciation in the future and take advantage of tax laws while we're waiting. And unlike your financial advisor, we invest alongside our investors in every property we purchase. Check out investwithharborside.com. If you like the idea of investing in real estate, if you like the idea of passive income, partner with us at investwithharborside.com. That's investwithharborside.com.
This episode should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Any investment opportunities mentioned on this podcast are limited to accredited investors. Any investments will only be made with proper disclosure, subscription documentation, and are subject to all applicable laws. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions of guests are their own. Information is not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss. The host is operating on behalf of Syndication Superstars, LLC exclusively.